If you're on the cusp of an affair or already in one, I'm here to tell you, please stop, turn back. It's never too late. The deeper you go, the more painful it is, the harder it will be to leave. But you need to do this for the sake of your soul, for the sake of your family, for the sake of your own dignity and self-respect. Take it from someone who knows. 4 decades ago, I did the same thing. And I had to live with the consequences. I still do, though I have forgiven myself a long time ago. But there will always be consequences. I know that right now it may seem like this is the real thing. This is the person I should have married. I have never felt this way before. Christine, you don't understand. My spouse is blah, 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 X, Y, Z, ABC. Well, let me just tell you, please, and this is not a judgment of you. This is from someone who fell off that cliff as well, who took a step too close. And then I came to my own demise. The mind has, well, the body actually, there is 11 hormones. It's called the love cocktail. It's what God gave us to fall in love with our spouses. In the case of an affair, I call it the lust cocktail. There are hormones there that make you higher and more prone to risk taking. There's a hormone that elevates, that makes nothing that this other person will do will make you just never get irritable. Everything your spouse do will drive you crazy. There's another hormone that makes the person soft to the touch. Testosterone increases, makes you more sexually aggressive. Vasopressin, particularly in men, it's known as the monogamy hormone, says you will be hyper fixated on the object of your affection. When all these hormones come together, you cannot, it is humanly impossible to believe that you ever felt this way before. It's just the way the hormones interact. That's why vasopressin is called the monogamy hormone. It took me many years. Once I had that affair, I never believed that I ever loved my husband. But when I went years later and I looked back, I thought, wow, I think I must have. I read letters that I had written him decades earlier going, I guess I really did love you. That's how powerful that emotion is, that hormone. Even when the affair ends, it's difficult to remember loving the other person. And you have to actively, intellectually, logically start focusing back on your spouse again. Satan is the king of division. He wants to destroy you right now. And no one's watching this video with you. You're watching it by yourself. It's just you and me. And I'm going to tell you all the feelings. They are fantastic for a short time. But you do start feeling dirty. You do start feeling filthy. And when someone pokes, like, where are you? You get irritable. Like, I wasn't doing anything wrong. You start hyper focusing on your spouse's minor flaws as if they're the biggest things. And, they do need to fix things. But you will never, ever feel the same self-respect. When the hormones go back down, and it takes 6 months to 2 years, and you do look at the situation logically, there comes this holy cow moment. You're like, what did I do? Because now you're looking at this person just like a normal person. And some of you might be thinking, well, I've been in my affair for 3 or 4 years and it's still lasting. I should say it's usually 6 months to 2 years after you've been found out, because there's also a chemical reaction of sneaking around that retains the excitement element. But once it's been found out and it's out in the open, there's no more excitement. Now it's just paying bills together and going out to dinner together. She's going to have the same issues that your wife did. She's going to have a period too. She's going to be in bad moods. She's going to tell you that she wants the house changed and decorated a different way. She's going to complain about the things that you did, likely the same things your wife complained about. And for you women having an affair, I know your husband may or may not have been romantic. Maybe he was. And even if this new man is more romantic, it won't last to the degree that it's lasting now. Fight every urge in your being that tells you, no, this is where I need to be. To say, no, I need to go and do what's right. I need to go with my family, even if right now I don't even love my spouse. Because love is an emotion. Well, forget that. Love is an action. You do loving actions, the loving feelings will come back. You can love him or her again. Please, for your sake, don't do it or get out of it. For the sake of your children, they may be forced to say it's fine. Fine. I don't care if you're with dad or if you're gone, whatever. But that's because they can't face you and say, no, no, you're wrong and you hurt me and you need to stay with dad or you need to stay with mom. Don't even tell me that your kids feel 100% able to be honest with you and maintain that honesty. Eventually, they're silenced. But if none of this matters, if you're in too deep, I need you to know that your soul is in danger. You can convince yourself all is good. And one of the stupid lies I hear people saying today, oh, I moved out from my spouse. We moved out of the house, so I'm not married, so I can have an affair or I can see someone else. You're still married. Even in civil law, it's an affair until that divorce decree goes through. But in spiritual law, you're married until the day you die, or until the day he dies. You don't want to face this. But if I had died in my sin, I would be in a state of mortal sin. I would go to hell. You do not want to jeopardize your eternity. Please don't jeopardize your eternity. Hell is real. Heaven is real. I don't know if this helps at all. I don't know if the right people are seeing this video. Probably those of you seeing this video are those who have been victimized by someone's affair, but I'm going to leave it in God's hands to somehow get this video into the hands of you who need it. And one last thing, this means an emotional affair too. Every physical affair began as an emotional affair, and that is where the power comes. Once your mind is turned over to the other person, it's either I jump in bed with them and do it, or just I have to try to pull away. And that's wretched. When you pull away from someone who you feel you're in love with, oh my gosh. So if you're in that stage where you think about the other person, all you ever want to do is when you succeed is call that person before you call your own spouse. When they're the person you think about, they're the person that makes you laugh, and you look at your spouse and they're just loathsome to you. Just privately check your heart. And if you need help walking out of this affair or helping yourself to get out of it before you get into it, give me a call. I have actually worked with people who said, I am in an affair and I want to do what's right. I love this person, but I know I shouldn't be doing this. Or I've had people call me and tell the truth about I'm in an emotional affair. What do I do? Because I don't want to go through the hurt. It's going to hurt either way once you've gone too far. But I won't judge you. I will help you because I want you in heaven. Turn away from your sin. Let God bless you. And after you've done what's difficult, watch him pour down the grace on you. As he loves when his children repent. I'm Dr. Christine Bacon. Thanks for watching another episode of Breakfast with Bacon. And I'd like to remind you always to live your life sunny side up.